Hi, this is Gareth Churchill from Erudite Lifestyle magazine. In this video, I'm going to share 4 lifestyle changes that can enhance your concentration, improve your memory, and give you a faster, more precise brain. These are lifestyle changes that will help to undo the damage caused by common daily habits that may unwittingly be rotting our minds. If the studies are to be believed, these daily habits may even be linked to the rise in dementia and aging our brains by up to 5 years. So if you're aged over 30 and have already noticed that your brain isn't working quite as fast or as accurately as it used to, then please keep watching. Because by the end, my goal is that you will know exactly what to do to repair your brain cells and neural pathways so you can operate at a higher cognitive level than you do now. This includes taking a natural herb prescribed by Japanese doctors that has been found in human trials to provide significant improvements in memory and concentration. Now, before we begin, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you ever walk into a room but can't remember why? Or do you struggle to focus on a book you're reading like you did as a child? We may chuckle in situations like this, but the reason why it happens is no laughing matter. Because, you see, our brains are no different to any other part of our body. Over time, they break down. But instead of cartilage and muscle fibre, it's membranes and nerve cells that weaken and decay. And as neuroscientists are now discovering, age isn't the only reason it happens. Until recently, it was accepted that having a slower, weaker brain was a natural part of getting older, that we are doomed to suffer from brain fog, to struggle to focus for more than 10 minutes at a time, and to never perform at work like we did in our younger years. But we now know that there are 3 toxic habits that may be making our brains worse and aging them faster. I will reveal exactly what those 3 everyday habits are in a second. First, I want to share with you the key to a faster, more accurate and clearer brain. It is a neurotransmitter known as the Einstein Chemical. The reason is because an autopsy of Einstein's brain found that he had an abundance of receptors for this chemical. This suggests his brain had it in high quantities, and it was the key to his genius. This chemical is called acetylcholine. It has been identified by neuroscientists as the number 1 chemical for optimum cognitive performance and a vital neurotransmitter for learning, memory, and mood. In case you didn't know, neurotransmitters are like tiny messengers that pass information between the nerves, muscles, and all the other tiny structures in our brain. And our brains rely on acetylcholine more than any other neurotransmitter. When your body produces enough acetylcholine, you can focus on tasks for long periods, remember what you did last Tuesday, and think with crystal clear clarity. But if your acetylcholine levels drop, your mental health can suffer. In fact, research has found a direct link between dementia and low levels of acetylcholine in the brain. So, if you're aged over 30 and are concerned about low acetylcholine levels, then keep watching. Because in a minute, I'll be sharing with you 4 natural ingredients that have been used for thousands of years to improve mental performance and may help to increase the amount of acetylcholine in your brain. Now, giving our brain the right nutrition becomes even more important as we get older, because as we age, our bodies produce less and less acetylcholine naturally. This is just a fact of life. But what is not a fact of life are the daily habits that are destroying our acetylcholine levels and maybe making our brains slower, to age faster and be at higher risk of dementia. The first common daily habit that may be rotting our brains is prescription drugs. If you take medication for allergies, insomnia, pain relief, high blood pressure, depression or your bladder, then you may be destroying your stores of acetylcholine. Many of the drugs for these conditions are known as anticholinergics, and as the name suggests, these drugs have been found to block and destroy acetylcholine in the brain. This includes a study by the Harvard Medical School which linked a drug for hay fever to increased dementia risk. So if you're currently taking any prescription medications for chronic conditions, ask your doctor whether they are anticholinergics. If they say yes, then you'll be glad you found this video. Before we continue, I need to make it clear that you should never stop taking prescription drugs without consulting your doctor first. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a replacement for professional medical advice. Now that's been said, let's get on to the second daily habit that is bad for our brains, and that is eating too much sugar. Our sugar-loaded diets are already blamed for the 60% rise in type 2 diabetes over the last decade, rocketing heart disease, and for making more than 2/3 of people obese. Research now suggests that eating food laden with fructose, corn syrup, and other processed sugars could be rotting our brains too. This is believed to be due to a toxic condition known as glycation. Glycation can age your skin, cause inflammation in your joints, organs, and arteries, and reduce blood circulation to the brain. This in turn can result in brain damage because your brain isn't getting the nutrition it needs. So if you've been considering replacing soda with a glass of water, you now have a very good reason to do so. The third daily habit that is making our brains age faster is not getting enough exercise. Your brain uses 3 times more oxygen than your muscles, and oxygen is vital to brain function and brain repair. This is why getting at least 30 minutes of exercise a day is essential to ensure your brain gets enough blood flow to stay fit and healthy. In fact, a recent review of 39 studies by the University of Canberra in Australia found that moderate exercise is the best way to keep the brain sharp if you're over 50. Commenting on the study, Dr. Justin Varney of Public Health England said, whilst every 10 minutes of exercise provides some benefit, doing 150 minutes a week cuts the chances of depression and dementia by 1/3 and boosts mental health at any age. If you don't yet exercise for 150 minutes a week, start light. Try stretching, tai chi, going for a walk, or yoga. Then gradually build up to jogging, cycling, and other activities that get the blood pumping. Taking steps to improve your diet and get more exercise can work wonders for your mental health and cognitive performance. However, it can take a long time for these lifestyle changes to take effect. If you're eager to boost your levels of acetylcholine fast, then I have one more suggestion for you. This is my 4th lifestyle change for getting a faster, higher performing and clearer brain, and it is to add natural cognitive enhancers to your daily diet. These are natural herbs and plants that have been used for thousands of years to improve memory, enhance concentration, and to look after the brain as we get old. Before we continue, I need to make it clear that I do not claim or imply that any of these ingredients can treat, prevent, or cure any disease or medical condition. All I'm doing is providing you with the information that is currently available on their efficacy so you can make up your own mind. Now that's out of the way, let's get on to the first one, which is Vinpocetine. Vinpocetine has been widely used as a cognitive enhancer since the 1980s. Dubbed Viagra for the mind, Vinpocetine has been referenced in over 600 studies for its health benefits. In Japan, it is even prescribed by doctors to help improve memory, enhance concentration, and to improve blood flow to the brain. Japan is one of the most scientifically advanced nations in the world, with one of the oldest average lifespans of 83 years. This is nearly 5 years more than the US. So it would be wise to take a leaf out of their book on how to look after our minds as we get older. One country that has followed their example is Germany, where Vinpocetine is sold as a prescription drug called Cavinton. The US National Library of Medicine website published a study in 2014 on the effects of Vinpocetine on 56 cognitively impaired patients. They were given a Vinpocetine supplement for 12 weeks, and at the end of the trial, it was reported that there were significant improvements in memory and concentration with Vinpocetine therapy. The study also stated that Vinpocetine was effective in improving memory and concentration of patients with epilepsy and dementia, although the efficacy was minimal in demented patients. You can find references and links to all the studies I mention in the description area below this video. The next natural herb I'd like to share with you is Ginko Biloba. Ginko Biloba is popularly known as the brain herb. It comes from a tree revered in South Korea, China and Japan for its mental boosting abilities. Referred to as yin-sing in Chinese medicine, the leaves of the ginkgo tree have long been used by herbalists as a brain tonic for improving memory, concentration, and as a natural antidepressant. Ginko Biloba is believed to help increase blood flow to the brain and to protect the membranes that surround the delicate nerve cells from damage. According to WebMD, several ginkgo studies have shown that it can help with memory problems caused by dementia or Alzheimer's disease. It seems to help prevent the progression of dementia symptoms, especially if the dementia is thought to be the result of atherosclerotic vascular disease. It does not seem to prevent dementia or Alzheimer's, however. The third natural ingredient I'd like to talk about is huperzine A. This comes from Chinese club moss and has long been used in traditional medicine for treating age-related memory impairment, as well as to enhance existing memory and to increase acetylcholine levels. The final natural ingredient I'd like to share with you is alpha-GPC. Alpha-GPC is found naturally in soy. Until recently, it was mainly taken by athletes to increase muscle strength and stamina. And alpha-GPC is now also a popular supplement for improving memory. In fact, in Europe, alpha-GPC is sold as a prescription drug for Alzheimer's because it seems to increase acetylcholine in the brain. These are just 4 natural ingredients that, when taken in combination with daily exercise and a healthy diet, can make a real difference to your mental performance. The best way to gain the benefits of these natural ingredients is to take a multi-supplement that combines them in one easy-to-swallow pill. This enables you to feed your brain with the nutrients that can repair and enhance its cells and neural pathways, as well as potentially increase your levels of the Einstein chemical acetylcholine. Below this video, I've linked to a multi-supplement that contains the ingredients mentioned and which people take to help repair and enhance their cognitive performance over the long term. Now, I should make it clear that this is not a magic pill that will turn you into a genius overnight. It also won't reverse the symptoms of dementia or any other serious cognitive disease. You also won't notice a sudden jolt in your focus levels like with a strong cup of coffee. This is because natural supplements are not stimulants like pharmaceutical drugs. Instead, what they can do is provide nutritional benefits for your brain that build over time. So you need to be patient. However, when taken in combination with a healthy diet and daily exercise, so you're feeding your brain with the nutrition and blood flow it needs to be fit and healthy, you may well experience a remarkable improvement in your mental performance, concentration levels, and memory. You may notice that you feel happier too. If you do try it, I'd love to know if it works for you. This brings me to the end of this video. If you found it helpful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be making more videos on natural ways to look after your brain and body in the weeks and months ahead. If this video has benefited you, please share it with other people you know who would also love to improve their concentration, memory, and mental clarity. Again, if you'd like more information on the natural ingredients and supplements mentioned, please click the link below this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.